Did you know that your body has the ability to heal itself, but only if you understand how it functions and how to actively support it? Your body is composed by a complex series of systems that are dependent on achieving and sustaining a dynamic balance, a balance known as homeostasis that influences all aspects of your health. If your body is in homeostasis, it can heal itself, but if it's not, you will experience symptoms of illness. And while the most common way to fight an illness is with the help of pharmaceutical drugs, they work on the level of symptoms, often resulting in unintended side effects that require additional treatment. But there is a better way that works at the source of the illness, and that is the support of the endocannabinoid system, or ECS. It is a series of systems that maintain homeostasis in the body with help of cannabidiol, or CBD. In this video, we will briefly explain what the endocannabinoid system is, how you can benefit from supporting it, expand on human physiology, and how CBD used with ECS differs from modern medication. The ECS is a natural biochemical feedback system found in your body that produces endocannabinoid molecules and has receptors for CBD. The receptors for CBD allow your body to absorb and consume cannabinoids from external sources. In other words, under circumstances of inflammation, and that can be within the central nervous, immune, cardiovascular, and other systems, where the naturally produced endocannabinoids are not enough to combat the lack of imbalance, CBD can support the ECS to achieve homeostasis. The external intake of CBD thereby helps to combat the external factors that you and I are exposed to on a daily basis, such as medications, toxins in the environment, a poor diet, etc. Going into more detail, the ECS functions by two primary binding molecules, anandamide and 2-AG, which are endocannabinoids that systematically regulate all signals between the different body systems. Both molecules are controlling our experience of euphoria, fear, and anxiety. In everyday situations, these two molecules are the reason behind runner's high, the feeling of euphoria after extensive exercise, as well as being the reason behind why babies are so calm and happy when they are breastfed. How can you benefit from supporting ECS with CBD? Since your body's health, mental as well as physical, depends on the balance of the ECS, CBD can play an important role in supporting the correct signaling between systems. However, you may ask yourself, if the solution is that simple, why have I not heard about it before? It's simple. CBD is mostly extracted from cannabis. We've all heard about cannabis being illegal, and that is because of another compound that is extracted from it, THC. THC is the psychoactive chemical that is the main reason why it is illegal in most countries. But CBD does not have any psychoactive side effects, and above all, it can save people's lives. What's astonishing about the cannabis plant is that it contains complements of the cannabinoids that are equally, if not more powerful than your own body's endocannabinoids used to regulate your ECS. This offers some great opportunities in therapeutic treatment, as plant cannabinoids can be used to enhance and optimize our ECS or endocannabinoid system, and thus anticipate, prevent, and even fight diseases. In order to fully comprehend the significance of CBD to our health, let's look into how human physiology is designed. In general, every aspect of our psychology is based on the polar opposites between the yin and yang, the negative and the positive. When those are in balance, your psychological system is functioning properly. This creates homeostasis, and you will not experience any symptoms of illness. The stronger your psychological ability is to keep a dynamic balance or stay in homeostasis, the healthier you are. The easiest way to illustrate the dynamic balance is with help of a mobile model. If you change anything, everything changes. Let's say you have a health issue illustrated by the star at the bottom. The star is red, big and swollen, and is going to pull down everything in the mobile, resulting in a disruption of the dynamic balance. However, what is interesting is that the mobile initially is bouncing and shifting up and down until the movement becomes slower and the mobile finds a new point of balance or homeostasis. The new point of balance is a result of our intelligent and complex psychology that will always work towards a dynamic balance, and it is therefore during the shifting and movement that you feel ill and have symptoms, as your body and physiology will compensate in order to find a balance in the system so you can continue to function again. Now let's see how pharmaceutical drugs interact with the systems of your physiology. Let's assume that another one of the stars in the system goes haywire. For those red stars, your doctor would prescribe a pharmaceutical drug to deal with the one specific star based on its symptoms. However, as we know, pharmaceutical drugs may have unintended side effects. So, because of the drug you are taking to relieve the symptoms of one star, another star is going haywire. You now have to take a drug to counteract with the symptoms from the first drug. And so you continue to heal all stars and their symptoms down until your body finds a new point of balance where you seem to be fine and everything is functioning. However, if you take a closer look at your system, what is actually happening is that these artificial force fields, hence the drugs, will weigh down a great deal in your physiology, causing tension and bending some of the bars. Those circumstances result in your health becoming fragile. So only a simple external factor such as a cold or even a drug interaction like unknown side effects of the drugs you have been prescribed can lead to one of the bars breaking and thereby cause an imbalance so severe that you will find yourself in ICU or life support. In other words, pharmaceutical drugs work at the level of symptoms, not the systems, which causes enormous starring at your physiology. So now, as we know that pharmaceutical drugs work at the level of the symptoms, let's see how CBD works. Instead of working at the level of the stars, CBD works at the level of the system of balance. That would be the bar that the stars are attached to. That is where the system recalls if it's in balance or out of balance. It can't tell what is happening at the level of the stars, but it knows what is happening right there in the bar where balance is maintained and established. Now, to understand what is really happening when CBD interacts with the bar, we will have to look into the center of our nervous system. By looking into the nervous system, we can explore the level of individual cells. The cells have a surface covered with green receptors that help cells absorb CBD. When the CBD binds to a receptor, it sends a message into the cell which travels all the way down into the nucleus of the cell, where the intelligence of our entire physiology is contained in our chromosomes. These chromosomes contain DNA, which is the code for everything that our body does and every protein that is created. Our DNA also includes the transcription of all 1100 genes that create the signaling molecules that run within all of our systems. In other words, our physiology. It is similar to a software that runs your internal processes, whereas the software is the neurotransmitters in the nervous system, the hormones that run the endocrine system, and the cytokines that run your immune system. When CBD enters your cells, the source of imbalance, CBD restores homeostasis throughout your body. Now you understand how CBD interacts with the balance systems, or the bars, that creates balance by entering the heart of your body's cells through receptors, rather than being a force field around the stars to relieve symptoms. Let's go back and look at how that affects our physiology, illustrated by the mobile model. When one red, big and swollen star is going haywire and pulling the mobile out of its dynamic balance, CBD interacts with every bar in the mobile. Thereby, CBD helps your body's physiology to quickly adapt to the new circumstances, allowing you to experience less or no symptoms of illness as homeostasis is achieved. In other words, the interaction between CBD and the bars results in a cascade going through all the points of balance in our system, allowing the mobile to come back to its original stable and dynamic balance. Now, our physiological system is of course far more complex than a simple mobile that I'm showing you here with only 12 stars. For example, your immune system has 350 signaling molecules, so it's an enormous mobile, which also explains why there are so many unintended drug interactions. Because if you affect one of these small stars, it's going to shift all those 350 other stars, and nobody can estimate the outcome of those interactions. To illustrate the complexity, look at this mobile covering your immune system. It gives a great overview of how CBD results in a cascade of homeostasis tingling down through all 350 of these stars. And given that there are more receptors for CBD in your body than any other kind of receptor, the possible benefits of results are tremendous. In other words, by using CBD, you support your ECS system and achieve a natural balance following the way your body is designed. Thereby, you receive a holistic treatment, freeing you from pain, anxiety, inflammation, or other challenges that are caused by imbalance in your body. No drug interactions, no side effects, purely a scientific strong support to your natural systems provided by CBD. Thankfully, society and the health industries are starting to realize the countless benefits of plant cannabinoids, so humanity can achieve and experience a holistic, natural, and effective way of treating the entire body without the side effects and symptoms that medications may cause. Today, medical cannabis and CBD is legalized on different levels in 34 countries, including Canada, Australia, all 50 American states and 19 European countries. A legalization that allows us at Cannasen to provide you with the world's first and only CBD products approved as medical devices, providing a guarantee of safety, efficacy, and results.